This evening, more contraband found by the Guyana Prison Service. Man charged with sexually assaulting an 11-year-old girl. Drivers in Den Amstel accident to be charged. Also, we have your trending regional and international headlines of the day.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Granville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Wednesday, July the 4th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Police are investigating the murder of 40-year-old Shabana Babita Ishak of Rosignol, West Bank, Berbice. She was reportedly murdered during the early hours of this morning at the home of a 62-year-old pensioner who resides at 59 Rosignol Village. According to police, he has since been arrested and admitted to beating her severely with pieces of wood and an iron bar because his meals were not properly cooked. The victim reportedly started a common law relationship with the suspect about 3 months ago. Around 2 this morning, neighbors heard the victim screaming. They discovered her lifeless, battered body around 7 a.m. The body is presently at Bailey's funeral home awaiting a post-mortem examination. For years, attempts to enforce law and order in the nation's prisons have been stymied by repeated acts of smuggling. In this report, Bibi Bacchus tells us that wardens of the Guyana Prison Service have chalked up another win against the contraband smugglers.
At around 10:30 this morning, wardens of the New Amsterdam prison located several contraband items near a chicken pen on the premises. The wardens found 2 parcels of narcotics, 18 packs of Pall Mall cigarettes, a quantity of Ziploc bags, 12 packs of cigarette rolling papers, tobacco leaves, and a plastic bottle containing Eldorado 5 years rum. According to police, the items were thrown over the fence by an unknown perpetrator. The person was not caught. This follows renewed efforts by the Guyana Police Service to combat contraband smuggling into the nation's prison. Just yesterday, wardens of the Lusignan prison prevented a civilian from throwing contraband over the prison wall. Nonetheless, an investigation into this incident is ongoing. For Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. We all know that it is illegal to drink and drive. But did you know that the law is not completely clear on drinking and flying? Now Esther Sobers tells us that the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority is proposing major changes to aviation laws.
In an interview with the Department of Public Information, the Director General of Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, retired Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field, said the revised Civil Aviation Bill will include stern measures against crew members found operating under the influence of alcohol or intoxicating substances. These are new items included in the bill which seek to address care of the aerodromes in the interior. There are many of these items in the bill that will make things clearer than the last Civil Aviation Act. The last act was implemented when we were just being formed into an authority, so many things were not included. Over the years, we have seen changes in the aviation. Thus, this Civil Aviation Bill will include all those items drawing on our experience. Also, the bill specifies people found trespassing on runways while an aircraft is in operation would be fined. The Civil Aviation Bill is currently before the Parliamentary Committee and should be finalized this month. The authority is in the process of revising its regulations. Stakeholders in the aviation industry and the GCAA staff were instructed to present regulations to the Director General, who will peruse them before presenting them to the subject minister by July 15th. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The drivers involved in last week's fatal accident in Den Amstel will soon have their day in court. Here's Shamar Allen with more.
The 2 drivers who were involved in last week's fatal accident on the Den Amstel Public Road, West Coast, Demerara, will be charged on Thursday at the Wiedenhoek Magistrate Court. The 2 are 31-year-old Mahindra Ramawar of Tushenhausen Scheme and 27-year-old Devon Haley, also of Tushenhausen Scheme East Bank Essequibo. They are accused of having caused the deaths of 28-year-old Sherman West and 19-year-old Shalom Allen, both of Fellowship on June 26. Police claim that Ramawar, driving minibus PVV 8882, collided with the left handlebar of the bicycle. West and Allen were riding. The two then fell onto the road and were struck by minibus PVV 7042, driven by Haley. The two drivers were subsequently released on bail. Nonetheless, they are expected to be charged with causing death by dangerous driving. For Channel 2 Headline News, Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. When we return after the break, 50-year-old man charged with sexually assaulting an 11-year-old girl, and Director of Regional Health Services chastises regional health officers. But first, here's your foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Are you kidding me? Really? So wrong. That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have 2 options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Shh. Don't shush me. You're gonna kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL? Here now, I got a big problem wrong here. They got this chap who continuing to do this. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity.
How we can live now?
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Welcome back. Students and teachers from the St. Mary's College, a top-performing all-male Catholic secondary school in St. Lucia, were today given a guided tour of State House by First Lady Mrs. Sandra Granger. The students are currently in Guyana on an ecological tour, which is being coordinated by the School of the Nations. The visiting group presented the First Lady with a token of appreciation for facilitating the tour, and she, in turn, presented them with mementos and copies of booklets about Guyana and its flora as well as fauna. Shamar Allen brings us some of the cases heard at the Georgetown Magistrate's Court today.
Today, 50-year-old Robin Marks of Norton Street, Georgetown, appeared before the Georgetown Magistrate Court charged with 2 counts of allegedly sexually assaulting an 11-year-old girl. Marks, who was not required to enter to plead to the indictable charges. The charge alleged that on February, he sexually assaulted the girl on 2 occasions. He is accused of touching her chest and attempting to kiss her on the lips. He reportedly attempted to bribe her for her silence. She then complained to her grandmother, who reported the matter to the police. Bail was granted in the sum of $200,000 on the 2 charges. Marks will be back in court on Friday. And finally, 23-year-old Nicholas Smith of Alexander Village was found guilty on 2 armed robbery charges. In the first charge, the court heard that on February 11, 2018, on the Seawall Road, Smith robbed Dexter David of a gold chain, a cell phone, and $1,000 in cash. The second charge stated that on the same day, the accused also robbed Kevin Ramlal of a gold chain, mobile phone, and his wallet. After Smith was arrested, he was positively identified by his victims. Magistrate Magossi sentenced the accused to 5 years on each count of robbery under arms, which are to be served consecutively. For Channel 2 Headline News, Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. The Director of Regional Health Services warned the nation's regional health officers to avoid theft and allowing drugs to expire. Here's Esther Sobers.
Regional Health Services Director Dr. K. Sheko believes that the theft and wastage of drugs and other medical supplies have a damaging effect on Guyana's healthcare delivery system. There will also be a significant improvement if bad behavior among some regional health officers is stopped. The RHS director is said low circulations of critical items for patients happens because of proliferating of drugs and medical supplies in the public health sector. She's disturbed by the piles of expired drugs in the health system because of poor forecasting by the RHOs and in some instances a delay in the arrival of drugs in the 10 administrative regions. She also chastised some RHOs who are inelegantly dressed for work while there are others smoking or drunk on the job. Sheko is also peeved that some RHOs allow some health programs to collapse completely under their watch while others are on the verge of fragmentating, putting people in a strategic position to help monitor programs and ensure there is succession planning in all regions because you cannot do it alone. By Friday, all RHOs will be expected to complete the necessary documents to ensure the illegalities ends. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. At the recently concluded Regional Tushals Council in Lethem, Regional Chairman Brian Allicock announced that approval has been granted for the construction of a 0.95 megawatt dual hydro system at Mucka Mucka and a 2.2 megawatt system at Kumu in Region 9, Upper Takutu, Upper Essequibo. The projects will be financed from funds received through the United Arab Emirates and the Guyana Red Plus Investment Fund under the Low Carbon Development Strategy. The project is estimated to be concluded in 2.5 years. In addition to the Mucka Mucka and Kumu hydro projects, funding has been secured to commence the hydro project in Kato, Pataru Siparuni, Region 8. The government has given private developers until the end of July to secure financing for the $4.4 million 2.2 megawatt Tumutumari hydro project. Once a company is successful in securing the funds, the government will enter in a power purchase agreement with that company. However, failing this, the government will assume control of the project. In addition, a micro hydro of 0.02 megawatts, also catered for in the national budget at a cost of $200,000, will commence in Mabaruma during the third quarter of this year. Completion is anticipated for mid-2019. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, we have your regional and international headlines. But first, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Are you kidding me? Really? So wrong. That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have 2 options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Welcome back. Bibi Bacchus brings us our regional and international headlines of the day.
The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management and regional corporations are expected to coordinate cleanup exercise today if the weather allows. Heavy torrential rain over the weekend, especially over the last 24 hours and yesterday afternoon, caused flash floodings in several areas across Trinidad and Tobago. An official at the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Office said the heavy showers were as a result of a tropical wave passing over the island. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has promoted 16,900 soldiers as a reward for their loyalty. The promotion comes amid a worsening economic and political crisis during which opposition politicians have called on the armed forces to side with the people. Defense Minister Vladimir Pedrino said those promoted had been loyal to the constitutionally elected president. He also praised them for respecting human rights. And in international news, England won a World Cup penalty shootout for the first time on a night of high drama in Moscow, overcoming Colombia to secure a quarter-final meeting with Sweden. Amid a fevered atmosphere inside the Spartan Stadium, Eric Dyer scored a winning kick after Jordan Rickford's brilliant save from Carlos Bacca. England's famous victory sets up a meeting with Sweden in Samara on Saturday. And finally, at least 34 people have been confirmed dead in a ferry sinking off the coast of Indonesia's South Sulawesi province. Images from the scene Tuesday showed passengers in the bright orange life vests clinging to the side of the KM Lestari Mujo as it tilted sharply into the waters. A spokesman for Indonesia Disaster Management Agency said 155 people had managed to swim or be pulled to safety. For Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Now here's your weather for the week. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Thursday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.